Hi, welcome. In this session, we are going to discuss about the casting process. Especially, we are going to focus on sand casting. The session includes the discussion about important casting terms. Further on, the production steps used in sand casting, which is followed by advantages, disadvantages, and the applications of sand casting. So, let's begin. Casting is actually one of the oldest manufacturing process. Actually, it is the first step in making most of the product. So move to the definition of casting. Casting is the process in which the molten metal is poured into a mold or cavity which conforms to the shape of the desired component. That simply means the casting. Sand casting. Why it is to be called as sand casting? Because the castings are made using sand mold. Thereby, the casting products are to be called, they get made by means of sand casting. So this is what that simple mean of sand casting. Now here you have the basic diagram, a typical diagram of sand casting process. Let's discuss its important terms. Initially, the mold is made up of two parts. The top half is called cope and the bottom part is drag. They get separated by means of parting line. Here you found that parting line. Further, the liquid flows through this gap between these two parts, that is to be called mold cavity. The geometry of mold cavity is created by the use of wooden shaft called pattern, whereas pattern is simply the replica of the final object that to be made. Further on to this side, here you found there is a pouring basin. Just to that bottom side there you are having screw through which that molten metal is going to further flow. Then the runner is what actually the horizontal hollow channel which connects the bottom of the sprue to the mold cavity. Then to the left side there you have riser. The use of riser is only to have the if we pour a molten metal through pouring basin and that fills the mold cavity, and rather than that, if you have some excess metal poured, then that will be get collected at riser, which is to be act as a reservoir. Then here you have vents. Vents are actually narrow holes connecting to the cavity to the atmosphere, which allow gases and the air in the cavity to escape. Further, you have core over here, which is usually made up of sand. Many parts have interior holes or some hollow parts or other cavities in their shape. So to have that kind of product, we have to make some, for such kind of interior surface, we have to insert something over there, and that something is actually a core, or that insert is to be called as cores, and that cores are made by baking sand with some binder. So this is all about the various terms, that the important terms regarding casting, or especially the sand casting. Now let's discuss the production steps they get involved in sand casting. The very first step is what? Pattern making. Pattern, as we earlier discussed, pattern is simply the model or replica of a casting which is used for making a cavity or mold. Usually these patterns they get made by material like wood or some metals like cast iron, aluminum, etc. So pattern making is what very prime step, the step number one. Step number second is what? Mold making. Mold making is the process of making a cavity which further conforms to the shape of desired component in a sand, and that can withstand the high temperature of molten metal. So that mold making is done by means of preparation of sand and that actually sand is going to withstand the temperature of molten metal. So this is what the crucial part in that respective steps of sand casting, that is what mold making. Move to the further one, it's actually the optional one, that is core making. If we needed that kind of interior hole or a hollow part in our respective product that we have to manufacture, then we go for core making. So core making is what the optional one, that is according to the requirement of the respective product. So that is what the step number third. Move to the step number four. Now in this step, we are going to melt the material, that the raw metal, in the furnace. Further on, that molten metal is poured into a pouring basin, and through pouring basin, that molten metal is going to fill the respective mold cavity. Uh, this is what the step where we are going to pour the molten metal into the respective mold cavity, which further conforms to the shape of component. Now, after this pouring of molten metal into the respective cavity, let's move to the step number 5, which is actually the solidification and cooling. So, after pouring of molten metal, some time is to be given for the solidification, and uh, as that cooling time pass, further we are going to remove the respective cast product from that sand, or that mold is broken out, and the casting from that mold cavity is just ejected, and that further goes for cleaning and its inspection. So this is all about the 7 major steps they we have to use while production of any product by means of sand casting. So by this you are getting a finished casting product. Move to the advantages and the disadvantages of the sand casting process. At first, have a focus on advantages. First one, molten material can flow into very small sections so that intricate shapes can be made by this process. And as a result, many other operations such as machining, forging and welding, they can be minimized. So this is what the added advantage of this process, or the say sand casting. Second one, with this process it is possible to cast practically any material, that may be ferrous or non-ferrous. The third advantage is process is highly economical than other machining operations. So this is all about the advantages of sand casting. Move to the disadvantages of sand casting, in which the very first one you have, that is what dimensional accuracy and the surface finish. So whatever may be the casted product, they by means of sand casting, there you have a huge limitation for the dimensional accuracy and its surface finish. But nowadays, many new casting processes have been developed which can take into consideration the aspect of dimensional accuracy and the surface finish. Some of these processes are, say, die casting, investment casting is one of them. Again, vacuum casting, you found a good dimensional accuracy uh, and the surface finish. So, move to the second limitation, second disadvantage. Metal casting is a labor intensive process. It means we require a large manpower for sand casting process. And at last, it's a environmental pollution, or the process where we are having environmental pollution is to the higher side. So this is all about the advantages and disadvantages of sand casting, and finally have a look for its application. You found a wide application from many of the fields. From automobile field, there you are having engine blocks for manufacturing of engine blocks, then gear housing, gear blank, or some machine tool beds, they get casted by means of sand casting. Against your water supply pipes, some sanitary fittings, again it is get manufactured by means of sand casting. So this is all about its wide applications. So let's discuss the things we did. At first we have a briefing of important casting terms. In the second part, we have a brief focus on steps used in production of sand casting, which is further followed by its advantages, and at last the application of sand casting. So this is all from this session. Thank you.